Yes, the proliferation seems to be substantial in all three legs. So in all three legs, cells are substantially higher, proliferating cells are substantially higher. And of course, this is work in progress, and we're still investigating that. So finally, if I am to summarize the past almost 4 years in 30 seconds, I would say that we have a case of adaptation on the water surface of the water striders with the phenotype of their legs, of course. This phenotype is genetically controlled or genetically programmed with the difference of doses of the transcription factor UBX. The UBX control of leg development is bypassing or is not disrupting major patterning genes. And finally, UBX is mediating its function by interacting with novel target genes such as GILT, and GILT has as well this, despite the subtle phenotype of GILT, it has a substantial effect on the performance of the animal. So that's basically it, and I hope I didn't go really beyond time because I really need time for these slides. So it has been a wonderful 4 years, and this hasn't been the case except for some people that I'm indebted that I need to thank. The first person that I need to thank is actually not my supervisor, because he was never a supervisor. He was rather a dear friend, an older brother, Abdul, of course. Thank you, Abdul. It has been amazing these last 4 years. Everything I learned in EvoDevo, I learned in your lab. I knew nothing in EvoDevo before I joined your lab. You really believed in me. I thank you for that. You pushed my limits. I have done things in the past 4 years I could have never imagined I would do. It posed a little bit of responsibility though, because I'm your first student, and with the responsibility it's a special moment as well, because I could see the lab grow. So when I started, the lab was only like that. And interestingly enough, the lab became bigger with the same rate of cellular division. So from this, we became 2, then 4, and then 8. The second person I need to thank is the godfather of the institute, Vincent Lodé, who unfortunately couldn't make it today because he's in Japan. This man, I didn't know from 4 years ago how busy he is, but he puts really the interest of the student first. He used to really deal with me as if I'm the only student in France. He answered all the emails right away. He did whatever he can for me to get really the easiest transition possible. This picture is from 2010 when I arrived to Lyon, and I knew that I'm going to like it here. I looked young. I need to thank all the lab members. Thank you, Sabrine, David, Antonin, Emilia, Amelie, and William. You are really a very, very fun group. I have fun while working. Thank you, guys. I need to thank my thesis committee, Patricia and Michalis, and just a little story. I was fortunate enough to go present my work in Vienna, and due to constraint of time, I didn't have time for all the questions, so somebody came after the session to ask me a question, and then he asked the question, and then at the end he's like, I saw on your acknowledgement slide, you have both Patricia and Michalis in your thesis committee. I said, yes. It's like, great committee. Yeah, I know. I need to thank Ehab Abouhi from McGill University, who hosted me during the first year of my transition. He gave me both lab and office space. Of course, this thesis would have never been accomplished without the dream team of gestionnaires dealing with all my paperwork in France. The emotional support, I need to thank, of course, my little family, my mother and my sister, for all the support, especially to whom this thesis is dedicated, of course, and especially my mother. Everybody says you're always in a good mood, but it's actually all because she gets all my bad moods on the phone. Then the next day I'm refreshed and everything, she gets it all. I had a lot of support while writing the thesis. Thank you, Camille, Emilie, Julie, Manon, and Pauline, and all the Averov team, which we had a lot of interactions. And of course, all the services of the IGFL. all our funding agencies, especially the Université Lyon 1, which funded me with the contrat doctoral for the thesis. And last but not least, the great city of Lyon, which has been an amazing home for me for the past 4 years. Thank you all.